something about the sight of those little homes, it really scares the hell out of me. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that these people got someplace to go. These people who lost their homes, I'm sure they're grateful that they have a roof over their head at least. But when you really think about it, the thought of it is just really frightening. You can work your whole life. You can bust your behind trying to afford a nice home. Or you could be, someone who had a home passed down through generations. Your mother lived in this home, your grandmother, your great-grandmother. And in a matter of moments, you can lose everything. You can lose the place that you call home. And what's even more frightening when I see these little homes, it's knowing that this is what the powers that be want. They don't want you living in your nice homes. They don't want you owning homes. They definitely don't want you owning homes in Maui in their vacation areas. No. They want you to live in pods and they want you to eat the bugs. You will live in pods and you will eat the bugs. We all know what the World Economic Forum has been talking about for years. So when I see this site, I can't help but think this is what they wanted. This was the plan all along. We're going to rip these people out of their beautiful homes. We're going to rip these people out of this beautiful area and we're going to throw them in the middle of a lot somewhere in these little pods that all look the same. They don't have any personality or any type of traits. They all just look like little pods. But make no mistake about it, folks. This is what the powers that be want. And this is not just me saying, oh, this is what the powers that be want. No. They've literally told us this. They've been talking about things like this for years. There's no denying it at this point. And just to add insult to injury, did you know that the Hungarian government, they're the ones that are supplying a lot of these homes? Because apparently America couldn't help its own citizens. So we have other countries stepping in to help America. Now, depending on where you live in the world, you might not think much of that. But as someone who lives in America, Americans, we're used to helping everyone else out. We're used to sending this country money. We're going to send this country money. We're going to send supplies to this country and that country. We're always the ones stepping in, helping these third world countries or, people who are in areas where let's say poor areas, if you will. But here we have the Hungarian government supplying us with stuff because our own government won't step in to really help these people. That's sad. That's sad. And, we don't need it. We don't need the help. We are very capable of helping our own. But instead of helping the people of Hawaii, our politicians rather help the people of Ukraine. They rather line the pockets of politicians in Ukraine and you name it. So it's a very disheartening situation. But, as these people in this area continue to try to pick up these pieces, they're having a lot to deal with. They're still trying to find their missing loved ones. They're digging through rubble, finding piles of ashes that used to be their pets, that used to be their kids, and stuff like that. And we already have BlackRock. I'm not sure if you all saw my video that I posted earlier. BlackRock is already in the area trying to buy land. They didn't wait at all. They didn't wait at all. They're already in the area. We still have hundreds of people missing. Hundreds of people who I assume are dead. And we're trying to figure out if they're even going to be able to identify the remains. We have divers who are scuba diving, finding bodies at the bottom of the ocean. Meanwhile, BlackRock is already in the area, already talking to people, already trying to make deals, already trying to buy the land, and you name it. It's a very messed up situation. But that's the reality of what is happening. I don't know where these people are going to go from here. I don't know what happens from here. But they're going to have to fight like hell to try to keep the land. They're going to have to fight like hell. And, when your back is against the wall, you lose everything. You've lost everything. And then this company or this organization comes in and they throw this money offer at you. It's going to be really hard for some people not to take it. It's going to be really hard because a lot of these people don't have anything. And they know that. Places like BlackRock know that. They want to take advantage of that. But luckily, as of right now, the people of this area, they're sticking together. And they've been speaking out. And I want to show you all this little clip really quick. And then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Aloha. My name is Kekai Kiahi, and I'm from Lahaina. I'm not supposed to be here today. I'm supposed to be home with my family and my people helping dig our loved ones out of the ashes here. We're not done with that. No, we're still trying to get people back into the homes that are still there, that suffer damage from the wind. But yet, I'm here today because of West Maui Land Company's letter to Don Chang, CCing the governor, trying to get control of the waters. 100 years we had never had water. And it took us 18 years to fight for our streams back. To put it into context, public purveyors in West Maui control 75% of the water resource. The county only controls 25%. That 75% of water resource that is controlled by private purveyors does not tie into the county system. That is not used by the public. It is used only for their own purposes. Kanapali Resort, Kapolua Land, West Maui Land Company. We never even have a chance to really grieve yet because we're still trying to help each other out. We're still trying to dig each other out. Once we come back to some kind of stability and normalcy in our community, we're going to be in bad shape. Because the mental anguish and the stress and the hurt we're going to feel is going to come. We're just too busy right now to really reflect on that right now. And we don't need this kind of stuff to continue to bring hurt into our community. And so, once again, I just want to say thank you because what you guys do for us is also healing us and giving us hope that we can pull ourselves out of the ashes. So, I just want to say thank you from the people of Lahaina and our whole community for what you guys are doing for us. Thank you very much.
You want to know what I find really funny? All of these officials and these politicians, they're always talking about doing things in the name of social justice and equity, when in fact it's always the exact opposite. You see, the guy down in this area who was in control of the water, he cut the water off. And in the past, he talked about how controlling the water supply and diverting water from here to there, it was all in the name of equity. And we have to have a discussion about equity and social justice when talking about water. Yet here we have the native people of Hawaii needing water in the middle of the fire, and he cut the water off and would not cut the water back on for 5 whole hours. So tell me, how, in the name of equity and social justice, why are you taking water from this area where these natives live and pumping it to these resorts where these rich people stay? You know what I mean? Whenever I see someone talk about social justice or equity, I automatically go the opposite direction because it is never genuine. It's a huge red flag. And I hope more people wake up to that and open their eyes, okay? Because they claim that they're doing things that are so good for the people. It's social justice. We're here for the people. Yet we're going to take water away from the people while they're fighting fires. And we're going to divert it to these, these hotels that most of us could not even afford to stay in for one night. So that's social justice and equity for you. You think, oh, they're doing things with the water in the name of social justice and equity to help the native Hawaiians. No, they're doing it to help the $1 million tourist. Social justice, equity, this whole movement about social justice, it's never been about social justice at all. It's been about crippling you. It's been about making you more dependent on the government. It's about demoralizing you. It's about just breaking down the way you think and the way you see the world, so you're constantly caught in this victimhood state instead of doing things for yourself. Instead of being successful, you feel like, oh, I can't do anything because of all of these bad people who are keeping me down, when in reality you keep yourself down by following up with these social justice in the name of equity agendas. It's all bogus BS. And hopefully, things like what happened down in Maui will start to show people that. Because I guarantee you, a lot of the people in Maui, they were all for that social justice equity nonsense until they see what it's really about. Until they see, okay, now when it's time for some social justice and some equity, there's no justice or equity anywhere. There's just rich people taking advantage of us once again, which is what it is always about. When you see the powers that be, when you see these big billion-dollar corporations talking about social justice and equity, when you see people like Nike virtue signaling about racial politics and social justice, when they have little kids in Chinese sweatshops creating their shoes, when you see, in the name of social justice and climate change, we got to drive around in electric vehicles. Meanwhile, little African kids are in cobalt mines freaking dying of heat exhaustion. Come on, folks. Open your eyes. All of this woke new nonsense that's being pushed, it's not here to help you. It's not here to help anyone. It's not here to help minorities. It's not here to help people who are, financially unstable. It's all here to control you and to make you a bitter, angry person that's constantly fighting with everyone instead of pointing out the real issues. And we all know what the real issues are. The real issues are what the real issues have always been. It's these powerful people that run the world who make these crazy decisions, who pit us up against each other constantly. They do anything they can to divide us. And now they found a shield that can shield them from criticism. We'll do some totally bogus, garbage, evil stuff, but we'll claim that it's in the name of social justice. And then, we'll have a whole portion of society rallying with us, fighting with us. Little do they know they're oppressing themselves. If you're fighting in the name of equity and social justice, you have become the oppressor. You're not the oppressed. You are the oppressor. You are part of the state. You are part of the government. You are part of this large entity that is working overtime to control us normal people. And a lot of these people don't even realize it. They don't even realize it. But like I said, all of this talk about social justice and equity in Hawaii and how we have to do this with the water and we have to have conversations about this. Let's have a conversation about how you cut the water off as these people were fighting the fire, and for 5 hours you refused to pump any water into this area so the flames could be fought off, all in the name of social justice, so these big hotels in the area can still get their water, and the millionaires who are staying in these hotels don't have to have their vacation tampered with or bothered with as these other people are dying in the flames. Let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.